Yo, happy Thursday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day today and that awesome stuff, amazing stuff, greatness happens in you, through you, around you, and for you today because you are amazing. I'm zooming off to work this morning and I'm thinking about my dad this morning. It was funny because in my class I regularly have, music playing, and yesterday, and I have kind of an eclectic taste in music. I like pretty much everything, and yesterday I was listening to some John Prine, and John Prine was one of my dad's favorite artists, and so I grew up listening to him, and I'm playing it in class, and this song, Dear Abby, and I only played part of it, during class or whatever song was on, and my kids, I teach 5th grade, the kids were looking at me like, what the heck is this? But it got me thinking about my dad yesterday, and then again this morning as I was getting ready for work and just kind of sitting, having some quiet time this morning, and thinking about my dad and and how he was, and just listening to this song, Dear Abby by John Prine, and he's just talking about, and I'll put a link to it in here afterwards, but just talking about how he, this guy's writing little letters to Dear Abby about the things that are wrong, and Dear Abby's writing them back and saying, hey, listen, relax, whatever. But there's the simplicity of this song and how the answers of John Prine's version of what Dear Abby would say was kind of, characteristic of my dad and kind of how he went through life, and it got me missing him today and thinking about really wishing he was here, as part of me is really glad he's not here anymore, that he's not seeing the state of the world and how people are treating each other and all that stuff, because, I can just picture my dad, just watching the news or, kind of looking around and viewing the world and seeing how people are treating each other, just seeing my dad just like shaking his head, and one of the things he would say quite often if things weren't going well, or he, rather than cursing you out, he would say, Gads, like if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, like, Joshua, Gads, would you blah blah blah, or like, Gads, would you just stop making fun of that person? So his saying was like Gads, like, stop that, or this isn't right, was his way to kind of characterize things. His word, Gads, GHADS is how I spell it. But and I could just see him just kind of sitting there and knowing that we'd be sitting around, my dad and I, talking about the state of the world, and it was interesting because on a lot of issues in life, my dad and I didn't agree on those issues, and we'd chat about those things, and but one thing I always knew when I left my dad, whether we were talking on the phone or whether I was at his house or he was at mine, and we were chatting about life and issues and stuff, even on the issues and the parts of life that we disagreed on, whenever I left, I always knew one thing. I don't want to get all emotional this morning. I knew for a fact that my dad loved me, and the next time I showed up, he would be glad to see me, and I would love him, even though we, on certain issues in life, we completely disagreed. I always knew that the areas where we disagreed couldn't break the bond of love that we have for each other. And I think that is very important for life as we go through, because, as we roll through life, there's going to be people and situations that we totally disagree with, and there are going to be sometimes people that we're close to. There are going to be sometimes people that we aren't close to, and one of the things that will allow us to continue to survive as human beings is if we allow the bonds of love that are supposed to be there to keep us connected, even on the days that we completely disagree about this, that, or the other thing. And so, while part of me is glad to see that my dad's not here viewing this whole mess of a world that we're making right now, part of me really wishes he was here so we could sit down and talk, and we could chat about the issues and disagree and laugh about things, and then and then also be reminded every time that we're together that we love one another. And so folks, I want to encourage you as you go today, gain yards in all you do. Take care of your mindset and keep those bonds of love that you have for the people in this world, the people around you, connected, whether you agree with them or not. I hope that helps you. I hope that encouraged you. Have a great day. I love you. Peace.